Hey guys, it's Kay from kayesanonymous, and today I have a new subreddit for you, r/insane people Facebook. Now, I'm pretty sure someone somewhere along the way had requested this, but I can't seem to find that comment, so maybe I'm just insane as well, but I thought let's try it out. How do I get my 12-year-old to shut up when she asks for more food, even though she is around 94 pounds? Isn't 94 pounds like a decent weight for someone who's 12? I feel bad for the 12-year-old. There's no reason for anyone over the age of 21 to be having a conversation with anyone under the age of 18. For the last time, son, I won't talk to you. I'm sorry, students, but this is the last time I'm gonna say this. Stop trying to talk to me. I'm afraid I can't hire you. I cannot speak to you. I would tell that kid to get off my lawn, but society isn't ready yet. My newborn baby just said its first word, but I'm not trying to hear that. Hello? 911? Help! My parents are in a burning building. I don't know, kid. You just sound a little young and... I don't know. I'm not really feeling too comfortable with this. Hangs up. I get what the first person was trying to say in the way that people say they're talking to someone when they're saying things that are probably romantic, I guess. But I love all these people who responded with all these situations. Like, I just thought this one was hilarious. Hope it's okay if I ask this car seat question. I'm flying, and this flight attendant told me that it's safer for my 3.5-year-old to be in the actual seat than in a car seat on the plane. He's in a 5-point rear-facing car seat. I'm sorry that the person in front of me cannot recline. She says it's safest for him to be forward-facing. I said it doesn't forward-face. It does, but I don't ever put it that way. She says, what if we come to a sudden stop and he goes backwards? Better than him going forwards? The F? Enlighten me. Is it safer for my almost 4-year-old to be in the plane seat with just a lap belt on? I feel extremely violated and insanely unsafe doing this. Of course, I'm following my gut and leaving my seat rear facing, but she got me with the whole I'm just telling you what the guidelines say. I don't know what guidelines she's talking about, but it doesn't sound safe to me. I don't want my almost 4-year-old flying out of a seat forwards or upwards or anywhere. And his car seat is not moving where it's at, so... There are so many confusing things about this. Now, to be fair, I'm not well versed in what ages the car seat turns around, but I think by 3.5, most people's children are forward facing in the first place. As someone in the comments pointed out, if the plane does come to a sudden stop, no one needs to worry because they're probably not surviving. This is just such a weird... what? Anxiety is made up. Imagine being so afraid of reality that you need a pill to zone out instead of being present. People with anxiety believe in an inward instead of an outward conspiracy. They're convinced no one can fix them, even though if they modified their behavior, they would be better. It's just a matter of doing something whether you feel like it or not. Anxiety is just another label used to make themselves feel unique. And if anxiety was such a big deal, people would worry about it. Everyone I know has anxiety, except me. And they all generally struggle to see reality in a healthy way, mostly due to their own ignorance. When we're talking ignorance here, they should really look in the mirror. Really, really should. I think this is something that is so common, so common, is that people tend to not believe that things exist or are as bad unless if they've experienced it themselves. There are so many people who don't believe in things that they can't see physically, and even people that can see things physically. And it's mostly because they haven't experienced it themselves. But that doesn't give them a right to go and be a jerk and just be like, oh, suck it up and then you'll be better. People with anxiety do things they don't want to do all the time. In fact, they probably persevere through things that they're suffering through a whole lot more than you do. That's just frustrating. U.S. man stages $1 bank robbery to get state health care. Unemployed and without health insurance, man in North Carolina has himself arrested in order to receive treatment. The North Carolina man attempted a robbery of $1 at a bank in order to be given medical treatment. Obviously, the situation is sad that you would have to feel compelled to be arrested to have health care. I almost feel like this man saw those memes that used to go around, I don't know if they still do, where it would basically suggest that people in jail would get treated better and have 3 meals a day and healthcare and a place to sleep and all sorts of things. I wonder if he saw that and was just like, you know what? Let me try it. Unpopular opinion. If you're a happy person, you're a horrible person. To be happy is to spit in the face of all those in the world who are suffering. If you're happy, you're actively laughing in the face of those who are suffering and completely disregarding all the atrocities in the world. Nobody deserves to feel happy until all the atrocities in the world have ended. Nobody. Joy is an extremely disrespectful and downright insulting emotion to feel. If you're happy, how freaking dare you? You realize all the awful crap going on in the world, and you're doing absolutely nothing about it too. Stop feeling happy. Stop insulting those suffering with your joy. Get freaking angry, sad, depressed, anything other than happy. Seeing people happy makes me sick to my stomach. Yeah, I feel like this definitely is an insane person. I don't think all the people in the world who've gone through things or who are going through things think to themselves, you know what would make me feel better about my situation? If everyone else were miserable because of it too. So I have a question for all you multi-poo mommies and daddies out there. I'm a little upset. So today, my husband and my daughter and I and our baby Pebbles went to the supermarket. We always take her in her blanket, or we take her in her little cradle bag. We don't like leaving her alone at home. We feel really bad, and we treat our baby like a little princess that she is. Well, anyways, let me get to the story. As soon as we walk into the supermarket, this rude manager came up to me and said to me, "You need to get your dog off the shopping cart." She said it in this crazy tone. "This is so unsanitized. We have our loyal customers. They come to the market and having a dog on the cart is so unsanitized." At that moment, I felt my blood raised so high. Because I don't see Pebbles as just a dog. To us, she is our princess, our baby, and I hate the fact that people sometimes just relate to them as a plain dog. No, I'm against it. They understand us in so many ways. The only thing they need to do is talk, and for someone to see her like that, that's so wrong. We were not doing anything wrong. She was in her blankie in her little cradle, and I got into a big argument with her, and I said, "This is a first and last time I come to this supermarket. You are so rude. You have no people skills, and you don't talk to my baby like that. How dare does this company make you a store manager when you have no skills? You can't talk to people like this whatsoever." I was so devastated. I don't know if I'm being dramatic, but I'm very upset. Can any of you relate to my situation, or am I just being a little too much? Thanks, everyone. Yeah, I'm gonna go with your being a little too much. Just a little over the top there, dear. Just a little bit. This woman breathes for the first time with new lungs. Jennifer has an incredible new start to life. This is why my organs will be buried with me. Science and medicine has gone too far. Ah, yes. Because an organ transplant to save someone's life is just too far. They'd rather their organs turn into rotting flesh, dust, and whatever, than to possibly allow it to help someone else's life. I need advice. I'm married and have been married for way too long. My wife just had my first baby almost 2 months ago, which I am appreciative of. The problems that I am having with her is major to me. My wife worked throughout our relationship, and when we got married about 3 years ago, all of a sudden, she up and quit her job that she had worked at for 7 years. She claimed it is because she is high risk. That doesn't matter. There are plenty of high-risk pregnant women working. I had to pay for everything all by myself. That was not what I signed up for, and she promised to work after marriage. Now she had our baby and had a C-section about 6 weeks ago. She's still acting like she can't work. They did her stomach, not her hands. I've been talking to my ex-girlfriend for advice, and she recommended for me to send you my BlackBerry letter, and she thinks my wife is taking advantage of me because I'm a good man and I should leave her. My wife's saying she is not healed and ready to work physically, but can stay up all night playing Candy Crush and on IG. She could be doing that at work. I already told my wife I'm considering a divorce and taking my baby too. She think it's another woman and not hearing me. She's not working, leaving the bills on me, gained weight and keep asking me do I think she still look pretty. This is too much on me. This is not love if she is using me. Please assist me with this. Is she using me? Why do women change after the ring? Okay, so a few things I'd like to point out right about now is the first thing he said was he's been married for way too long. And then he says he's been married for 3 years. That's not that long. It's really not. Then he says his wife had his first baby. Now, maybe she had a child before they got married, but most people would say our first baby, not my first baby. And then, to top it off, he is talking to his ex-girlfriend for advice with his marriage. She didn't change after the ring. She has legitimate concerns. And honestly, it to me sounds like he's using her. He does not refer to her as someone he honestly cares about. It's his baby. He's talking about being married for too long after being married for 3 years. I'll give him credit that he said our baby later, but still. And all his focus is on how she should be working, even though he has no concern for the fact that she had a high-risk pregnancy and she's recovering from a surgery and being a mother to a child. This guy is not only insane, he is extremely angering, and I almost think the ex-girlfriend told him that stuff just to make him post it publicly for people to tell him how stupid he is. That's my hope, because this is a whole bunch of crap. Pool-a-palooza! 3 days only! Save thousands off your new pool! I want to win, but not a pool. Something else, please. Then enter another giveaway. It's a pool-a-palooza. That's what they do. What the heck? How can I tell people that I had died a long time ago? I was murdered in 1914. When I woke up, I was a baby lying on the ward table. I feel attached to my old self and life, which is why I prefer old-fashioned clothing, hair, the way I act, etc. Girl, okay. 1, for the people who do believe in reincarnation, from what I understand, that's not how that works. 2, just because you like old things doesn't mean you can just make up a person in your head who was murdered, because that's more special, in 1914, and tell people you're attached to that person. That person is in your head. And that is why you are on this subreddit right now. Anyone have suggestions on how to fix this? Took 2 Benadryl and washed with cold water, put vitamin E oil on it. This person's face is puffed up. Like they're having a bad reaction to something. The first person asks if it was from a particular type of shot. The next person says, "This doesn't happen out of nowhere. What did you take?" The first person replies, "I cannot figure it out. I thought the hives were from stress. I tried colloidal silver spray on and internally. I have tried oregano in water to stay healthy as I work home health. Lavender in water, probiotics, turmeric. Even got a chiropractor to adjust me twice. Not sure why this is happening to me." Another person says, "Yarrow plant or aloe plant." And yet another person says, "Coffee enema is great if you can. It will release toxins from your liver ASAP. I know this is uncomfortable. Hang in there. Put Manuka honey on it. I would try aloe. Frankincense essential oil, quickly. Soaking baths with vinegar, raw organic apple cider vinegar as much as you can handle in water with food salads all the time. Colloidal silver. So for one, I had to look up what colloidal silver is, and it's silver, and it's silver. Why would you be putting silver on yourself and on your insides? For no known medical benefit, I don't know, but okay. But what I want to know is how hives and a very serious looking reaction is going to be fixed by 2 chiropractor visits. And I love all these really strange things, like why would you be... Oh my gosh. I hope this person just goes to the hospital. I hope they just bypass all these really ridiculous suggestions and just go to the hospital. And I also really don't want to know if you take a coffee enema. Okay. Anyway, that is actually going to wrap it up for today's video. If you enjoyed this absolutely insane episode, go ahead and drop a like and let me know your thoughts about everything in the comments below. If there is at any point you'd like me to read one of your stories for any sort of subreddit, go ahead and let me know at my email, kayesanonymous@gmail.com, and I'll actually leave that in my description box as well for you. And I will talk to you in my next video. Bye!